Alexa, turn on garage. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Do It With Dan back in the garage. And today, we're gonna be adding some stuff to the Ninja H2. I said that we'd be doing a lot of modifications to this and I'm wasting no time. But before we get started, we have to do some truffle shuffling around in the garage here. Easy as 1, 2, whatever, 3. And I'm sure a lot of you guys guessed it, that I'm going to be replacing nothing I'm putting on frame sliders. Now I know a lot of you guys want to see me replace this exhaust. I don't blame you. It looks kind of like ass. And I've got an exhaust lined up I'm going to be putting on here. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but I will be very soon. Don't worry guys. We'll go dyno it before we do that. I want to see what it makes before and after. I will get retuned and all that good stuff. So that video will be coming up very soon. But seeing how this is a very expensive motorcycle, I went online and I ordered the it's T-Rex, I believe it's T-Rex frame slider kit that they have on Amazon. I was thinking what I really wanted was something to protect this bike in case it goes down. You know, the less damage, the better. I do have full coverage on it, and that'll be a whole nother video sooner or later too. It's got front and rear spools for the wheels. It's got frame sliders, which I didn't know came in this kit. This crankcase cover for both sides, which is really nice. And I want to make this very clear that this is not a sponsored video by T-Rex. What's really funny is that I went online and I ordered this. I drive to Texas, I get to Texas, and I tell Jake that I was like, hey, I ordered these frame sliders, the exact ones that you have. Dude, they're right down the road from me. We could have gone and he probably would have given them to you. Gosh darn it. But it's cool. I don't really care because, you know, this is something that I need to have on this bike. It's very important that I have this type of stuff on this bike, I think. And they have what appears to be good instructions, I hope. I don't really know. It doesn't look super complicated. I don't think I have to pull anything off, and these are no-cut frame sliders, which means I don't have to cut any of this. That being said, I don't know how to do this. Never mind, I do have to remove the fairings. I really don't want to remove the fairing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I didn't spend $350 on these this kit to not do this, so. You know the song Bat Country by Avenged Sevenfold? You know when he says, I'm starting to get an attraction? Does he mean a boner? I never really understood what he meant by that. Oh shit. That was actually a lot less worse than I thought it was going to be. I've been sitting here trying to cheat the system, and it turns out the system was rigged the whole time. Might have fucked up already. Already fucked up. Forgot to install something behind these, so I gotta take them all off. What do you think of my new Street Fighter Ninja H2? You know, at first I wasn't really sure about this system, but after what I just did, installing it directly, and you know, most of these, as a matter of fact, almost all of these no-cut frame sliders bolt directly through the engine mounts. They just replace the factory engine bolt, which this one does. I wasn't so sure about it at first, but after installing it, it's solid. At least it seems very solid. I don't have any doubt in my mind that this would hold tight if it went down. Considering that the replacement bolt for the factory bolt is significantly stronger, or at least looks beefier, you know? What can I say? Yeah, I don't think there's any force other than the Rock himself coming down from heaven and graciousing us. Then this should go on just like that, but I'm gonna wait for a second because there's a connecting rod that goes in between the whole thing, and I need to remove the fairing on the other side now. So, time to do that. Alrighty, let's take a break because I want to show you guys some things. Maybe a little bit more. If you guys follow me on Instagram, which you should because my Instagram's the tits, check out what I bought. This is a CZ Evo 3 Scorpion, the 9mm carbine. A lot of you guys who play video games would know that this is what Ella uses as her primary in Rainbow Six Siege. I've been wanting one of these since the firearm was announced, and I thought they were really cool. So I picked one up, and I just want to show it off because you guys are always asking for gun videos, so I want to do another gun video soon, and I got a really cool project I'm working on I've got a car on the way that we're potentially gonna shoot or blow up, haven't decided yet, so that's cool. I really like 9mm carbines. I just love pistol rounds in a rifle platform. They just feel so good. Fun, and they're cheap and easy to shoot, you know? And when we go to blow up the car or shoot it or wherever, I'll bring out the AK too. I haven't done a video on that either. I've actually got a bunch of new guns that I haven't shown you guys. And speaking of guns, I partnered up with Guns of Boom. It's a big online mobile shooter. It's super slick, it's easy to play. Essentially, it's a PC shooter on a mobile platform. A lot of you guys know that I stream, I Twitch stream a lot. Now, mostly I play PUBG, but back in the day, I used to play a lot of like Team Fortress. And that's kind of how this game feels. It feels like a little bit more of a like Call of Duty mixed with Team Fortress, except it's done really well on an online platform, which is good to say about a shooter on a mobile platform. Usually they're like wonky and they're not smooth or fun to play at all. You get really aggravated, but this game is done really well, and I've had a lot of fun playing it so far, and I'm getting pretty good at it. Like, I don't want to brag or nothing like that, but I'm doing pretty good. I mean, look at this guy. Like, he can't even keep up with me. We're just gonna fucking throw. We're just gonna grenade it. Just gonna throw a grenade. Oh, get wrecked.
Triple kill.
About to beat my meat. About to beat my meat, about to beat my meat, about to beat my meat, about to beat. But again, what's really good about this game is that it's not clunky like a lot of mobile shooters. As always, the link is in the description to go download it, so go do that right now or after the video. You know, you pause it right now and go do it if you want it. In this kit, it comes with this connecting rod right here. This little, it doesn't really look like it on camera, I'm sure, but it's a rod that goes all the way through behind the headers, all the way through to the other side. And I guess that just kind of creates an extra form of stability. Realistically, do I think it'll do anything? Probably not. I mean, it's just it just feels like a cheap aluminum rod. Again, I'm no structural scientist, so this could make a huge difference. I don't know, but I'm gonna put it on anyway. And then you have this weird little spacer that kind of like goes in there in between the engine mount and this. Then you put on the actual engine mount, like, probably help if I had the fitting adapter right there. My paramotor's gas tank is leaking, so the garage smells like two-stroke and fumes. That's the only reason I have the garage doors open. But I'm getting high as a mofo right now. Have I ever told you guys about how much I hate Allen wrenches? I cannot stand them. Allen keys, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call these things, I freaking hate these things. There you go. Both of these are on. I'm gonna wait to put the fairings back on after I finish the rolling sliders next. All right, the next is the right side cage. This is it goes over like this. I considered not installing this because I'm not a huge fan of the way it looks, but it actually blends in with the stock case cover really well. It definitely looks like it's 3D printed plastic. I don't know how much that's gonna protect in a case where this thing goes down, but I guess anything's better than nothing. I don't know. This should be easy. All right, that's on. Very odd fit. I'm not certain that I like it, but I guess it's just part of it, you know? And tightening anything up like this, you generally want to go in like a star pattern shape, just because it's better. You don't have to worry about fucking up the threads. That one looks a lot better. I like this side a lot more. I feel a lot more protected. You know, I think a lot of people probably wouldn't do this to their own H2 just because most of the people who can afford an H2 usually would probably pay someone to do this kind of work. But things like this is so simple, you know, it's not like I'm having someone professionally tune my bike. That's different. When I get my new exhaust, I'll have my buddies over at Marietta Motorsports professionally tune this bike. I'll have them flash the ECU and do what they do, you know what I'm saying? But simple bolt-on stuff, I'm not afraid to tackle. If you've never turned a wrench in your life, this would not be the place to start, simply because there's so many small things and so many awkward positions that you have to get in that more than likely you're gonna get fed up before you get anywhere close to done. And it's not hard to do, it's just really awkward. Anything that comes to fairings or little minuscule bolt-on shit. It's awkward. It's not hard, it's awkward. Speaking of awkward, check this out. It's magnetic. I think this is the rear. I have no idea if it's just that simple. I'll be baffled if it is. The front, on the other hand, are slightly different. They have these threadings. Not really anything significant. You just unthread them like this. Pop that motherfucker in. And then this goes over this. And then you have these little set screws that basically just kind of tighten this down so you don't have to worry about that. All right, I think it's good to go. Now for the fun part, putting all the fairings back on. One side is on. I love that you can see the American flag in the reflection. It looks so fucking cool. All right, let's test it by laying it down on its side real quick. You just kick the kickstand out from underneath it and then let it. I'm just kidding, I would never do that. Well guys, that concludes the install. It was actually not nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. My main concern was taking off these stupid plastics, and they were super easy to take off. I was really, you know, I've worked with so many motorcycles and plastics, and they're just always such a pain in the ass, but I think Kawasaki did a pretty good job on the way they did this. I didn't have any trouble. The next modification I'll be doing is probably the exhaust, and I'll be lowering it as well. But remember, I'm gonna dyno this thing and see how much it puts down to the wheel. I'm just interested to see. Also, if you wanna stay up to date with me, dude, go follow me on Instagram. It's DIWD_official. It's like where I post so much on Instagram. It's a really good way to stay updated with me, and you wanna see some like sexy H2 photos and videos and stuff like that, and a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So thank you guys for supporting me and following me, and you know, and I love you guys. I don't really know how to end this video. It's pretty dumb. So I'm just gonna cut it off right here. Titties.